you guys are actually able to see the TBR now, instead of my last video where it was like here and cut off. I was so mad, by the way. I was very mad. Hello, my lovelies. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Jamie. Today we are going to be doing my February TBR, and I have a little twist on this one. If you guys look at what kind of TBR I have on here right now, I took everything off that wasn't a romance genre. So we are doing an all romance TBR this month. I took everything off. Everything is either contemporary, literary, paranormal, classic, literally everything. Every kind of romance is on here right now. And that goes for this whole bottom shelf. I did have to bring in because it would have just been this shelf. This whole shelf was already on the TBR. This one I had to add to kind of just give it a little more volume here. For these ones, just these three up here. So The Invitation, The Games Gods Play, and Not in Love. Those are the only library romance ones that I have. So those are gonna be my romance choices for the library if I get that in my TBR. And I got to upgrade. Yay! It's no longer a can. So we are going to be picking our February TBR. I am super excited. I have a few prompts in here that were old ones, and then I did have to add a few other ones just because this is an all romance TBR. I don't need certain things in here. Okay, so I have been doing really good as of late. I've been doing way over 10, and I feel like it's okay because once I finish my TBR, I know that once I finish it, kind of like my reward is getting to all the books that I haven't gotten to yet that I want to. This month I will add, if I have to pause my TBR, it's because I already have to read one that is on my shelf, and that is Wedding People. I finally got a hold of it from the library. I put a hold on this in September. Yeah. So I've had a hold on this in September. It finally came in last week. So technically, I only have 2 weeks to read this. So this is gonna have to be one of my books for this month, just because I had to have it back in 2 weeks, and there's literally 95 people waiting for this book once I'm done with it. It is insane. It is absolutely insane how many people are waiting for this. 95 holds for this book. So I have to finish it, or I am not going to be able to read it for at least 4 to 5 months more. So this is definitely going to be on the list just because I have to have it back sooner. So that is number 1. I don't have anything else that needs to go back that I can't get again pretty soon. So that's the only one. So now we are going to be starting with our technically second one. So we are, all right, second one. A book you got because of the cover. There's not very many of those, actually. I don't like picking books for the cover. I like picking them for the premise because books can be deceiving, okay? Books are very deceiving. They look good, but in reality, they may not be good. Because of the cover only, I have to say I picked this one. It is A Lady's Guide to Mischief and Mayhem. I believe this is the second one in the series. I could be wrong. Hang on. I found this at Books A Million. It was in the discounted section. I don't get drawn into books that are based farther back. This is in 1865 in London. So yeah, this one I know nothing about, so we're gonna give it a try. But this is literally the only one I can think of that I bought because of the cover. Everything else has a purpose. Okay, that was one. Let's pick our next one. Luna is digging underneath my blanket on my chair. She's kind of being cute, so If I drift over there, that's why I'm looking over there and she's making noise. Alright, so this one, a book with a number in the title. I don't have very many of those either. A number in the title. I have one. And ironically enough, it's Emily's Henry Farthest Back book. This is A Million Junes. So I think when she first started writing, it's one of her older ones. I think the main reason why I picked this one up in the beginning was because on the back, one of the blurbs is from Jeff Zentner. He's the same one who wrote The Serpent King, Goodbye Days. A lot of people know In the Wild Light from him. This one, haven't heard much about people talking about this one. I know everybody's talking about her newest ones, but I don't have very many people reading her older ones. So I'm excited. Apparently million is the only number that I have anywhere in here. So we're gonna roll with it. Okay, next one. We are at number 4. Next, let go. One of you let go. Thank you. We're gonna do the one that fell in my lap. Okay, so pick a book sprout book. Okay, I started up something about a week ago. So for those of you who don't know, Booksprout has a whole bunch of indie author writers and books on there. A lot of them are old. Some of them are actually arcs. And I told myself that I want to start reading, arcs so that people can know whether they like to read them or not. That is something that I wanted to start up a little more this year. Booksprout it's an app on your phone. You can get it off of Apple or Android, doesn't matter. You go on there and you pick whichever book that you want to review. And if you're not going to review, then just don't bother, because that's what they have the app for. It's for reviews. So I looked through. I finally picked the one that I'm going to read, and I have to read it by, I think it said February 5th, because they do have deadlines. I decided to go with fantasy, because I haven't read very many fantasies. This one is called The God Heist by Jessica Flory, I believe. I got intrigued by this one because it is about a moonstone that is being protected by gods, and a dark god steals it, and there's a guy who has trust issues, who's a grump, and needs to go recover it and see if he can get it back. So I thought it was very intriguing. It just said a dark god. It didn't say anything about what kind. So I'm curious to see where that goes. This is the first one I read off of Booksprout, so this is definitely going to be an experience, and I will let you guys know if it's worth it, or, if I'm going to continue with it. I don't even know. We shall see. But I have to read that by the 5th, so we're on a time crunch with that one. But, okay, that was number 4, so we're moving on to number 5, Let Go. Thank you. Okay, next one. A book with a color in the title. Guess what the one book is that had a color in the title? It looks like I will be starting the 50 Shades of Grey. I've already read the first one once, but I did it years ago. My AC just kicked in. I read this years ago. I do not remember much about it. I never read any of the other books. I have not watched the movies. So I told myself that if I decided to read them again, I would watch the movies afterwards, after I read each book, to kind of keep me going on it a little bit. I figured out when I do that, I'm more inclined to read the books. I have heard so much about this trilogy. I don't want to read the rest of them unless I fall in love with them enough to want to. That's usually what happens, but I've had them for long enough. I want to see if the rest of them are even worth keeping on my shelf. So yeah, our fifth pick is 50 Shades. Yay. Very interesting TBR so far. They're all mushed together. Let go. Thank you. Please don't be one of the other new ones I put in here. Okay, a book with an even page number. I can do that with up here. Let's see. I want to read this one, so even number. Yeah, even number. Hang on. I think that's the epilogue. Yeah, okay. 308. Yay! I only had to look up one. I have been wanting to read this one since I read the first one, and I knew it was a duo. So after I read this one, that series is done. Yay! And I've been kind of wondering what happened to these two. The first one was Two-Way Street. They also had to go on a trip to either go back to college or go home. But stuff was happening. I may have to read a little bit of the first one to figure out where it left off so that I can pick this up again. So, Right of Way by Lauren Bernhold. I can do that. Cool. So we have 6 now. I need to pick 2 more, at least. So, we shall see. Please give me another one that should be for the top shelf. Please. Okay. Our next one is a book you have had the long list. That is definitely on the top shelf, so yay! Okay. I got that one recently. I would say it's a tie between A World Just Right and The Au Pairs. I have had these for a ridiculously long amount of time. Am I ready to start another series? Nope, I'm not. That's what decided that. Because The Au Pairs is a 4-book series, and I have enough going on right now. I need to finish at least one before I dig into that. But A World Just Right, it's another high school, young adult. Don't really know much about it. I think I just bought it because of the author. So, because this is Jen Brooks. I have one of her books. I didn't like it much. I think I bought this because I didn't like it. And then I wanted to see if her other books would be better. I don't even remember her other books, so. But I think this one would also fall into the category I bought it for the cover. So, yeah. So we have our 6th pick. Okay, that was our 7th pick, I lied. Alright, we get one more off of this romance TBR. Let's see. I would like to read one of my other library books. That would be nice. So, let's see what this one is. An author you love. Yay! Okay, cool. I'm happy with that. Alright. That's a tie between Rainbow Raw, Fanny Flagg, Ellen Hildebrand, or Allie Hazelwood. We're on uneven terms right now, so I'm not going to pick her. I think it's a tie between Landline and the Whistle Stop Cafe. I want to read this one. I've had Landline for a minute, and this is supposed to be more of an adult novel that she wrote. She's an author I have to read to 0, and I don't have very many left. I only have the Carry On, The Wayward Son, and everything else. That's the only series by her that I have not read. I've read almost all of her works individually so far. I think I only haven't read Slow Dance. I actually have a very good TBR this month. A lot of stuff that I have been keeping that I need to read. I think that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's almost all of them. 5 of these I've had on my shelf forever that I've been wanting to read. So, I'm looking forward to Wedding People the most, and I'm hoping it's as good as everybody else says because it's getting a lot of rave right now on everything, every platform. Kind of know what to expect from 50 Shades. This is kind of just reading it to rejuvenate my memory of it, and then we'll continue with the rest of the series, probably this year since there's only like 3 books, so we'll see. But I think the other one I'm looking forward to is Landline. Just to recap a little bit, we are reading The Wedding People just because I have to have it back within a certain amount of time. A book you bought solely because of the cover is A Lady's Guide to Mischief and Mayhem by Mint Collins. A book that has a number in the title, A Million Junes by Emily Henry. Pick a book sprout book. So we chose The God Heist by Jessica Fiore. A book with the color in the title, so we have 50 Shades of... God damn it. We have 50 Shades of Grey by E.L. James. Next we had a book with an even page number, which was Right Away by Lauren Barnholt. Next we had a book we had the longest, and that would be In a World Just Right by Jen Brooks. And the last one is An Author You Love, and I picked Landline by Rambo Rowell. I am very happy with this TBR, and I'm actually even more happy that I got my original TBR books off of here in addition to some extras. I was very happy doing this. It was good having something to do, because I had to do a lot of research and figure out which ones were romance and which ones are not. It's difficult because you would think they're romance, but they're not. So that is all I have for you guys today. Thank you for joining me on this another TBR jar video. I really enjoyed doing this one. It was nice having like a theme to the TBR, and I probably will do this in the future when it comes around for Christmas time and fall time. I did enjoy doing this. I don't have very many Christmas or fall, so that'll be difficult. But I'll definitely have a good Halloween one. So if you guys have not already, please like and subscribe to my channel. That would help me out astronomically to bring you guys more videos every week. Every reads and drink your teas, and I'm gonna go read some more. Bye!